Well, I think not just against the Pacers, but just in general. Playing with a little bit more thrust early in the clock. It doesn't mean we have to quick shoot, but we want to make sure that we give ourselves a chance to play second and third side of the floor. If we're living in one pass or no pass possessions, it's really difficult. So to get up the floor, give yourself enough time, execute offense, give yourself a chance to survey. And we, of course, want to put as much pressure on the defense early as we can. And if we don't have anything now, it gives us an opportunity to settle in and execute.
Is the goal to play faster than last year? Because we kind of got your detailed philosophy on pace, and it seemed like you had thought a lot about it.
Oh, yeah. It's always ideal. Now, is it a strength of the group? We'll see. I'll take execution over pace, any day. I think it's important that we get a little bit more of that into how we play, but I'm not prioritizing just running up the floor and sacrificing our execution.
Wes, where are you guys in terms of the rotation groups having the chemistry you want? Obviously, you've had a lot of guys out. Is it still a work in progress?
It's still a work in progress. I mean, some guys have it. You can see it. With Corey being out, obviously Denny's kind of late to the party. It's been difficult for to see exactly what it looks like in its totality, but we've seen some synergy with some 2-3 man lineups that I think will be good for us. But it's tough to say that the full group has had that opportunity.
How much do you depend on guys like Will or Monte, who just had to kind of play with a bunch of different people?
What's going to happen? I mean, I think you're not going to have two lineups. You have maybe two groups for practice, but those lineups are going to blend together throughout the game. So they're going to have to get comfortable playing with a second unit guy or a second ball handler. So it's not always going to be you're out there with Brad, KP, and Kuz. It's just having a feel, understand what we're trying to prioritize with those guys. But you got to get comfortable with all 15 of the guys on the roster.
What aspects of Indiana's offense do you want to disrupt?
Well, the pick and roll. I think Halliburton and pick and roll, McConnell and pick and roll. Obviously, the catch and shoot stuff with Buddy Hield is a problem. They seem like they're playing at an elevated pace, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on us. Turner, of course, play inside out as a stretch big. Pick and roll can give you a lot of problems. I know he gave us problems here last year. So getting that ball under control, getting back to him, and getting him off the three-point line. And, of course, being able to finish possessions and rebound the ball. That's been an issue for us in the preseason. So it's got to be a priority starting tomorrow.
Feel good about the defense just ahead of the opener?
Well, in practice, I feel great. It's got to translate, and it's got to happen between the lines. And, that's the messaging to our guys is it's not like we don't know what we're doing. We've had plenty of drills, plenty of time to acclimate. Communication is great. But now when the game starts, the lights are on, do you lose a little bit of that? So we need carryover. I think hopefully we'll get that, but it might not happen overnight. But I think we're in a pretty good spot.
How does having Morris and Barton help specific to the defense?
Well, they know tactically what we're supposed to do. They still have to orchestrate it. They still have to do it. But there's an understanding. There's a little bit of corporate knowledge that they've had. Having done it, they're familiar with me and familiar with the style. We may call it something different, but, tactically it's the same.
Coach, when you look at this preseason, the film, and training camp, what are some of the players that added things to their game that you've noticed?
Well, I think Rui for sure, and he added the 3 last summer, or summer before last. This past summer, he's feeling more comfortable as a perimeter player. He looks a lot more comfortable rebounding and pushing in the open floor. His decision-making has gotten a little better. So I think it's an added dimension for him. He's going to spend a lot more time on the perimeter. And I think, being able to play inside out, make decisions in pick and rolls, make decisions, handling the ball is going to be really good for him and great for us.
As many threes as you can get in 2 minutes drill, just something you try and do to get the competitive juices flowing? Or?
Yeah, the competition shooting is always a fun thing, guys. They get up for it. You can use it as a conditioner, but also just volume shooting. You want to see the ball go in, feel good about it. We've struggled specifically from the three-point line, so I don't think you can ever do enough of it.
Kuz said you guys did it multiple times. I guess can you confirm that his team was coming out on top?
Yes, they did. They won.
What's the prize?
Love of the game?
Oh my God, that's a terrible prize.
It's a great prize.
Oh, I mean,
Award
yes,
first
that's a
on the
great
plane.
prize.
Hey, whatever they want to do, but they won, so good for them.
Also, 'cause last year you were on the road, got the one in Toronto. Same thing now with Indiana. What can you draw back from that first experience? What were you feeling going into this first game of the year?
Last year, last year there were a lot of butterflies. I mean, just my first, first game as a head coach in NBA. There's some, trepidation there. You want to make sure your group's prepared. You're ready to compete at a high level. You know you're going into a hostile environment. So all those things, I think it might be good for us that, us against the world mentality. We'll pull together and hopefully dig deep, pull from within. So it's going to be a challenge, of course, but it's exciting to have, opportunity to, spoil a game on the road.